Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chamber here. Welcome back to another YouTube video. And now today I think we're going to talk about something that's one of the biggest, most hyped up things of this year for gaming, especially PC hardware, and that is Big Navi. Now, I know AMD, maybe in September, right around the NVIDIA launch, said, hey, look, here is our cooler. This is what our cooler looks. I think it looks cool for the reference design. It's a lot better than like the 5700 XT reference designs that were like, who thought that was a good, okay. AMD, who thought this was a good idea? Who literally said, yep, this is what we should do. We should make a cooler that's a blower style. NVIDIA stopped making blower styles for a reason. They're terrible. And put a thermal pad on it also. You guys don't know, these had thermal pads underneath them, which would last longer, but the temperatures were honestly terrible. But we don't care about Navi. We care about Big Navi. So understanding, Big Navi is actually what is powering the new Xbox and PS5. So that is a big deal. That says a lot about what is to come with Big Navi. It has to be huge for the consoles that are going to be out for another 8-ish years. So let's kind of get into it. Now, I've heard there's going to be a bunch of them. Like, I think there's like an XT, an X, and then like that, there's going to be like a 68, 67, maybe a 6900. I don't know. They actually showed these benchmarks during the Zen 3 announcement, the word at the beginning of this month. And they kind of showed all of these. I'm interested in these. I think these are cool 4K. But we obviously don't know the next gen NVIDIA flagship. I see the flagship card as the 3080 and like the 3090 is like kind of above it. But obviously you can see it however you want to. Price is obviously a big deal. Pricing, I feel like it has to be cheaper. It, no matter what, has to be cheaper than an NVIDIA card. Because you're missing a lot. For example, we're going to actually talk about more benchmarks. These are the ones that they really did show. The 4K benchmark. So 88 COD, that's actually pretty good. 61 Borderlands. I don't play Borderlands or Gears of War 5, so I really have no say in those. There's a couple things I want to talk about. For example, so NVIDIA has their encoder. So that's actually what I use to record. That's what most people use. So for example, you have your encoder, and I'm going to try and find the pictures that they used to show. I don't know if they still show them. But it's like verse X264. We'll look at this. This is the same thing. But it looks a lot better compared to X264. Now, AMD encoder looks honestly terrible. And people really need a comparison. Now we're going to look at EPOS Vox. We'll look at, I think there's a comparison picture. Well, this is AMD's. So obviously you're at 2 megabits. That's 2000 bit rate. Oh, this is the video. Sorry. So it's like, it looks genuinely terrible. Like, this is at 4K too. And as you can kind of see, the H.264 looks the best, especially compared. Well, X264 slow. It's obviously at a low bit rate, so that might be why also. But I kind of just thought this is kind of important to understand. Their encoder sucks. It's okay for recording, but it's terrible for streaming. And that's also not the only thing we're going to talk about. NVIDIA's big selling point of these cards is what's called RTX, real-time ray tracing. Now, you cannot do real-time ray tracing, especially in 4K. It's impossible without getting terrible FPS. They use what's called DLSS, which is deep learning super sampling. So you super sample, so you'll like upscale, like for example, I think a 720p, so it would be a 1440p. You'll have 720p details that are upscaled to 1440p to help you get that high FPS still. Now, obviously, I would definitely be scared. If you are a competitive gamer, you just care about high FPS, this might be the card for you, especially for that price. Especially for what seems like a good price. But if you want your RTX, your real-time ray tracing, you're a streamer, you're a single PC streamer especially, go with the NVIDIA card. I'm not going to say definitively this is the card you should get. I'll do that once they're actually announced. Because we don't have benchmarks. We just got benchmarks for the 3070. And I honestly don't know if it's going to stay at that $500 price range. Because honestly, it's not a good value right there. You can get a 2080 Ti for maybe slightly more, maybe about the same. And you're getting better performance. So, obviously, we'll see what happens. But I'm going to talk about pricing. All right, so I see this on Tom's Hardware, and it's like $550 to $600 for the 6900 XT. I don't believe this, especially for 80 compute units. Now, Vega 64 had 64. I think that was about $800. Obviously, I know different architectures, different platforms, different years, and everything. But I really cannot see it being this much. I cannot see it being this low. I can almost see it being more. Obviously, we'll see tomorrow. I'll probably have a reaction. I'll try to have a reaction video out for you guys, just so you can kind of see like what's going on. I'm interested also in what's going to be with the videos. So we'll just have to wait and see. Wait for the announcement. Get excited for that. I hope you guys have enjoyed this kind of short video. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.